This is the plaintiff, Magda Deutsch. She says she hired the defendant to rid her house of roaches, and even though he came 3 or 4 times, he didn't fix the problem. He promised her a guarantee. He stopped taking her calls, and now her house is totally infested again. She was forced to hire another company to complete the job and is suing the defendant for $1,500 because he's a failure. This is the defendant, Abe. He says the plaintiff had thousands of roaches in her house. He applied a gel in the house, told her it'd take 2 full weeks to take effect. But the woman called him daily to complain she was still seeing live roaches. The impatient woman thinks she knows how to best handle her problem. He was ready, willing, and able to live up to their contract and guarantee, and just because the plaintiff found someone cheaper doesn't give her the right to get her money back. He's accused of crawling out of a contract.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Magda Deutsch, you are suing the defendant's company. You've asked us not to mention the company by name, and you've asked us to refer to you only as Abe. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Would you like a paper bag to put over your head, too? For $1,500, the amount you paid him for a service contract to take care of a roach infestation problem that, according to you, he was not able to take care of. Tell me what happened.
I hired the company. I had difficulty with the tenant to agree which day.
Okay, so you're the landlord of the place and the tenant lives there?
A landlord, and I live there.
Oh, you also live there. All right, so was the whole building having a roach problem?
Very much so.
Okay. How bad?
As bad as you could imagine.
I'm trying not to imagine because I feel like scratching right. But like what, where, like how many would you see at a time?
If I put up the light at night, zillions.
Zillions?
That's a lot.
I can't even count that high.
On the floor, on the counter, in the...
all at once? Like you'd see them all over?
Like you get crazy from them.
And was it sudden that this happened? How long had you lived there?
37 years.
So this just happened one day? Like it had?
Yeah.
Did it start happening when your tenant moved in?
No, not right away. After a few years that they lived there.
So for years your tenant was there and everything was fine?
Yeah.
And did they open up any businesses nearby? Something that would that you could figure out why things had changed?
My guess would be, although I never go to my tenant's apartment, that they didn't keep the place clean enough.
But was the same person living there for the last many years? Well, maybe your cleaning habits changed. I don't know.
I had such a problem before that on one occasion, I let the pot of soup to cool off before I put the refrigerator.
This is not going to end good.
And it all went into the toilet because
Al had to go in the toilet because what? Because the roaches were having a
they were all
party?
over in the soup.
Maybe the soup was
I
really
never
good.
seen anything like it.
All right, so there's a roach problem. So you call the defendant's company, and what happens? Show me the original paperwork for the $1,500. I want the original paperwork for the $1,500.
We don't have it.
What do you mean you don't have it?
She has it.
Why don't you have it?
We had the hurricane and all the stuff got damaged. We live in Staten Island.
Oh,
So I'm getting
Give
it
it to my
right here.
bailiff.
okay.
Thank you. Go ahead.
He said, don't worry, we'll get rid of them right away.
Did you go over?
Yes.
Yourself?
Yes.
How bad was it?
Disasters.
Disastrous.
Thousands, literally thousands.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, does anybody have pictures? No one took pictures of the little buggers?
No.
Oh, it's like the first thing I would have done.
I would detest to take a picture.
I would take a video. That would be even more gross. All right, so you go in and what do you use?
Okay, so we go over there and the place was infested, completely infested.
Okay.
So she said, oh, only at night a little bit. I said, lady, you have this for a long, long time. This didn't just happen. It doesn't
How
happen.
long does it take to get an infestation?
Like that? Months and months and months. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I've never seen it like that.
Do you have a problem with your tenant? That would be like the greatest revenge. Could you imagine? You just bring in...
Actually, her tenant was the one that told me that they were complaining over a year to get an exterminator. She says,
I know, the
no, we
tent
don't
stays
need
there.
one. We don't need one. We don't need one. We don't need one. Then he finally
Okay.
told that he's moving out. That's when she got the exterminator.
Okay, so you get over there and she pays you how much? $1,500? And it's
right.
supposed to be a one-time deal?
No. This is for a year warranty. That means we'll come back as many times as we need to over the year. I explained that.
Let me see the paperwork.
This is what I had when it came back.
So they come and tell me the process you use.
Okay, there's two processes of taking care of roaches. You can use a residual, a spray, but it'll last for about 30 days.
Right, so why don't you just come every 30 days and do a spray?
Because the gel lasts a lot longer. And by the way, our husband wasn't well, so we couldn't spray. So gel is something that we can use even in nursing homes. Has no odor, and it lasts for a lot longer.
Yeah, your roaches here are little dirty, filthy things. I'm from Florida,
Okay.
where we saddle up our palmetto bugs.
Right, exactly.
We spray every
roaches.
30 days.
Right.
That spray has to happen. Is the gel, I mean, it certainly sounds like in this case the gel didn't work because we have the perpetual problem.
Actually, it did work. They became a lot less. She doesn't say she had thousands of roaches left. She had some roaches. As we went back for the first couple of times, we found roaches in certain areas and we cleaned it out.
Found roaches out of the oven. Regelled kitchen in January. Found infestation left side of top cabinet. Found some roaches under the sink. In March, inspection, no roaches found. But she had called you back?
Yes.
Or you guys just did routine inspection?
No, she kept calling us back.
Okay. In April, customer showed some dead roaches. In May, customer refused service. Go ahead.
I cannot tell you how many times I called. He got sick of my calls. Eventually, he said, I'm not responsible. I sold my business. And
Did you say that to her?
No.
Okay, go on.
at one time, he said to me, empty out all the cabinet. That must have been March or April, I don't know. And I'm coming. Do you know what a hard job that is from all the cabinets to empty out? I did it, and he didn't show up.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So if thousands of roaches infested an apartment you were living in, would you give your landlord an opportunity to fix it, or would you bail?
I'll bail out. All those roaches, it's horrible.
No, roaches are nasty for sure, but do you give your landlord a chance to fix it?
I'll go to the hotel and let him fix it.
But you wouldn't end the lease.
I give him one chance.
Do you think you have a duty to give him a chance, or do you have a right to leave immediately?
I think you have a duty to at least give him an opportunity to kind of clean it up, but...
So you're gonna sleep with like 1,000 roaches for maybe like, what, a week?
No, that's gross. Maybe like not even a day. Like what she said, moving to a hotel.
Okay, fair enough. But a lot of people can't do that, going inside the courtroom.
My question to you is they have a form from the person who they sent over who says that you refuse service. Did that happen or that didn't
Never.
happen? At some point, did they
Never.
come late another day and say, I'm here now, and you say no?
Except after I hired another company to do the job, then all of a sudden his worker called me, I'm ready to come.
I need to see the paperwork from the other company.
Oh, that I didn't expect to bring.
Why would you not expect that? If you hired another company and you paid another company, that
Sure.
shows me that the roach problem just wasn't solved by these folks, because
Yeah.
who would go out and spend money if the roach problem was solved by these? You, on the other hand, think that she's just being cheap. She's trying to get some money back from you.
That's
she
what she
found
told
a
my
cheaper
tech.
place. Of course, if she found a cheaper place, that means she looked for a cheaper place.
No, but this is what she told my tech.
Okay.
Have
She
it
told
right
your
here.
tech, and you have an affidavit from
Yes.
the tech. Let me see the original. That says that she said to the tech, I want half my money back because you guys haven't worked and I found a cheaper
I
company.
never said anything.
Well,
like
what did you pay the other company?
600.
Okay, for what? For a year?
No, their guarantee was for 3 months, and their guarantee worked. After the first time they came, I hardly saw roaches. A couple of them I did. They came a second time in 3 weeks or so. No problem.
So you obviously believe that she did hire another company,
Yes.
even if she didn't bring her paperwork. And then apparently the other companies worked.
Let's see.
For a lot less money, too.
Why didn't you ever just come up with monthly service as an option for her with all the problems you say you had? You
Our
document.
husband was sick with oxygen. We can't spray
Was
him
your
there.
husband on oxygen?
He was on the oxygen, I was willing to take him outside, stay outside.
Like my dog.
He was the one.
What do you do now when you spray? What do you do with your husband?
My husband is much better, first of all,
Okay,
and
good.
not necessarily home at the time.
Okay.
I have
that's
no
good.
problem.
Okay. You're not trying to kill him, are you?
Sometimes.
Here, honey, take a nap.
Not for the
Take a nap.
roach
And then the
problems.
the guy with the spray's coming. How long have you been married?
52 years.
God
It's going to be
bless you.
53.
God bless you. All right. So now, would you say that this new company solved the problem?
Yes.
And he was not able to solve the problem?
Yes. As a matter of fact, before I hired the other guy, I had more roaches than before.
Really? Maybe he was bringing
It
them in.
was, you never seen anything like it, Your Honor.
Right.
He himself told me that when they were spraying upstairs by my tenant, the roaches were showering on them.
And that was when?
The first time.
How long have you been in this business?
About 30 years.
30 years. Okay. What else brings roaches in besides you leave the food out?
It can come in a lot from grocery deliveries, or a lot of stuff it can come in. Especially if, like she said, one of the tenants did not clean the place up.
Right.
And we sprayed, upstairs we sprayed the first time we were there. Couldn't spray by her because of her husband.
But
Thousands. It was raining roaches from the ceiling.
This is disgusting. How did you get into this line of work? Like, what made you? Did you dream of this as a little boy?
Yeah,
Like,
it's all
was this a family business? Like, what makes somebody say, "I want to be the roach guy"? Who is that nice lady there?
She's the owner.
She's the owner, and you're the what?
I'm the technician.
You're the technician.
Yes.
Come on up here, roach lady. Or do you two have anything to do with each other?
Yes.
Now we do.
Now you do. What do you have to do with each other?
We're married now.
You're married.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was in the roach business first?
Me.
He was.
Do you have kids?
Yes.
And are they
brings in
roach
the money.
tolerant in a way that my children wouldn't be? Like, are they? Do they think
No,
it's
they're not
cool?
roach
Are they
tolerant.
boys? Are they
They see
girls?
one little bug of any kind and they're like,
Really? Here's what I'm going to do. According to you, she said to your technician, "I want half my money back." And according to her, she never said that. I kind of wish she had, because I kind of think that's a good resolution of this case. I don't believe that it didn't do any good that you were there, but I certainly believe that you didn't do the trick when you were there. And I'm ordering you to return $750 to the plaintiff, verdict for the plaintiff. That's my judgment.
Thank you.
Well, in one of the more gross cases of the year, the plaintiff gets half the money back. What do you think of that determination?
I think if she's that much complaining, then I guess it's fair.
Fair deal,
Yeah.
right? Half and half. So what's it like when you do your job and, like you said, roaches come? I mean, I can't even imagine. How do you stand
You
it?
get used to things.
You're used to this.
After 30 years, yes, you get used to it.
What scares you? What grosses you out
Nothing.
on the job?
Nothing.
What about you? When you see roaches and mice and stuff, what do you?
grosses me out.
It does?
Totally.
How about when he comes home covered with roaches at night and says, "Honey, what's for dinner?"
Clothes get off on the by the door.
All right, okay. All right, right down this way.
All right, guys.
All right, step on out here. Just come on out here and tell me that.
I'm not
How-
all that happy.
No?
I expected to get back the full amount because it didn't even improve.
So he does it for a living. So when they shower on his head, he says it's nothing. What about when the roaches come showering down on your head?
Nobody wants to come into my house.
You want to go over
I
there for
have,
lunch?
I have a bunch of grandchildren.
Nobody wants to see Grandma.
Now they start.
Okay, Harvey.
Okay, the key here is the type of guarantee you get when the job is done. And this is why I'm telling you, in these contracts, you got to read carefully what it covers, what it doesn't cover. It's all in the detail. That will do it for this case. Litigants, for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.